Hello and welcome back to Car Mechanic Simulator 2015. Last time out we fixed up one of my auction purchases. Cost about 11 or 12 grand altogether. The car itself ended up being worth about 30 grand and a restoration bonus of 10 grand. So it kind of paid for itself in that sense, which was nice. We've got 3 fully fixed up cars now, I think, in parking. The Piccolo, the Malloc and the Flamo. So the M6, which I didn't really want, which is the Estate, and the cool looking Bolt Reptilia are still to be fixed, which I could do, but it takes quite a long time. So I think for today we're going to go back to the normality of jobs. Choppy engine, tapping sounds, sure. The Rino Piccolo. Or maybe it's Rino Piccolo. It's a little piccolo, ain't it? Yeah. Tapping sound. A running gear fault. Car is loud. Righty-ho. Let's get in there and see what we can find. I've already forgotten what it said. What was it? Oh, running gear faults are suspension. So what's this tapping sound? Let's see if we can find this tapping sound. I assume that isn't going to be the tapping sound. The exhaust looks a bit knackered. The steering rack could be causing a knocking noise. We need to take this off to get the exhaust off anyway, so let's do that. There's many screws, or bolts, whatever you want to call them. Bolty screws. Bolty. Anything else that might have knocking? No. Right, well it might be the steering rack. Oh, what was that I saw there the last moment? Oh, it was the tip of the exhaust. Nothing of interest. Just seeing your tip. Right. So, axle off. Not to be confused with the 80s pop star. Axle F. Haha. Oh, which bit am I meant to take it off? Oh, it's a stupid sway bar. I always forget these fucking link bar things. Hidden so perfectly as they are behind the actual item. I know I don't need to get any of this off for the steering rack, but I thought whilst we're here, I need to take this off. All the brake shit's going to have to come off. This official terminology. It's brake shit. I really have to take this off and have to take that from underneath. Okay, so let's do the other side. Axle F. No, 19. Right, now I've taken that out, let's check to see. That wasn't the tapping sound. Although I have done this before, I haven't allowed it to sort of settle for a moment. Front drive shaft, yeah, okay, so it's not that. So it wasn't the front drive shaft causing the problemos. I've got some other bits I need to take off here for the running gear though. A sway bar from underneath. So tapping sound, so it could come from the timing area. Oh, I could have tested it probably with the ODB if I hadn't taken the engine apart, which might have been useful. Ho-hum. Let's have a look under the timing cover. Which as always involves removing lots of crap from the front of the car. I say the front of the car, what I mean is, in this case, the side of the engine. I'm not sure what my threshold is either, but that wasn't it. 66. Oh, there it goes. Look, it was an idle roller. Idle roller. Alright. There we go. That's why it's worth checking the list every now and again, because sometimes these black parts especially, you don't notice any wear and tear on them in the same way as you do as the silver parts with all the chocolating. So idler roller A. idler, roller, A. That's that job pretty much done for the first section. So what remains? Running gear fault and the car is loud. Okay, well we're working on the running gear faults already. You have to get the car up in the air to get to that bit. Let's have a look at the rear. Yeah, some stuff in there requiring the wheel to come off. And the brakes, of course. And then all this other stuff. Right, okay. Oh, no, not quite. I have to take that off. Which I'll do from underneath. And the sway bar, which I can do now. Okay. Alright, then to the side. To the side. That's right, it's the economical way of removing wheels. Oh, yeah. Might not need to take the wheel off on this side, actually. No, I need to get to that bit, which may or may not require anything else to come off. Right, let's get it up in the air and see what we can see. So, take this piece off, and I should be able to get this bit out. No, not yet. What does that mean? I have to remove... Ah, there's a small rubber bushing. I can't remove that without removing this. And for that I've got to remove all these. Is that the case? Seems a bit much. Alright, well, so, did the job. And yes, I can just take that bit off. That's good. Now, do I notice a bit of rust in this wheel area? No, it's just a bit of rubbing on the brake disc. The other way of checking is, have I got all of these faults? No, there's some at the front perhaps. That says the front hasn't got all the bits off. Everything else looks fine at this end. Let's take off the exhaust whilst we're here. Can't quite reach. Oh yes, of course, some bits down here that I couldn't take off before. So here we go. So we've got the front steering knuckle, we've got the front sway bar. Why can't we take this off? Because it's still connected, of course. And a rubber bushing. That might be it. Yeah. Alright, we've got all the car's loud bits. So we can start purchasing these now. Running gear. It's like the running man, but gearier. So front drive shaft, lots of front things. Front drive shaft. Yep. Front shock absorber cap and front spring. Front shock absorber cap. Front spring. Front steering knuckle A, front sway bar. Inner tie rod, rear axle knuckle housing A. Inner tie rod, rear knuckle housing A. Rear shock absorber cap, rear spring. Rear shock absorber cap, rear spring. Rear suspension arm A. And rear suspension upper arm and rubber bushing. Rear suspension upper arm and rubber bushing. Only one, that seems a surprise. And catalytic converter, exhaust pipe, catalytic converter, exhaust pipe, front exhaust section and middle muff. Front exhaust section and idle muff. Okay. Put it together. What have you got? A fixed car. Hooray! That's how the song goes, I think. Do 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 do. Putting all the parts back together again. Do. Yeah. Oh yeah. Right, so it's all going together quite nicely. Which is just what we like. Oh, axle. Yes, lovely jubbly. Whoop. No wheel option on this side yet, because there's bits I haven't done. Where's the shock absorber go? Ah, up here, look. Strange. And the linky dink. Rinky dink dink. Okay. And then I can put a wheel on. Oh yeah. A sign that you've probably got most, if not all, of the bits in. Do the wheel on this side. Or, you know, not. Oh, nice and close up with the wheel. Oh, there's a cap that needs capping. Can we do this here? We can. Exhaust is almost all done. Okay, this exhaust is all done. Alright. Lots of suspension-y bits to do at the back. It's a technical term. Yeah, got some suspension bits. There's the link and the upper suspension arm. Okay, it's all coming together. Yeah. Alright, good. Oh, don't forget the suspension-y parts, of course. Need those, otherwise everything's very horrible to drive around in. Where a bumpy. There we go. Don't forget the little wheel hubs in the middle there. They're quite easy to forget. And of course they don't show up very well on the outlining, because they're just in the middle of a thing, so you don't really notice them. You know, they're just there's describe-y words that make what I'm thinking clear. Yeah? That's right. Now you understand. Right then, good. That is nearly, if not actually, the job done. There's bound to be something I've forgotten, but otherwise it's all there. Oh, gearbox faults. For some reason I've not even parsed that, not even remotely noticed. Can I? Okay, go down the exhaust, please. Thank you. Right. Gearbox, where are you? Well, I'm glad I reattached the axles. Might have to lift it up anyway. Good grief! Fancy not noticing the gearbox issues. I think I just kind of assumed that last box was, you know, paint the car or something. Crikey! Oh. Come on, little car. This is supposed to be a really quick little job. Yeah, oh, I want to be at the front. There we go. So if I want to take that off, yeah, I have to take the gearbox off, yeah, and I have to take the wheels off again. Oh, how frustrating. I've done this for a while. He claimed. Well, at least it doesn't take. It's not as nightmarish as it could be. Some gearboxes are a real pain in the ass to get into. Right. That was relatively minor. Okay. Oh yeah, it's very chocolatey in here, isn't it? Oh, that needs replacing. This needs replacing. Of course, always the faint chance I could fix them. Ha 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 ha. Go on, let's give that a completely pointless go. All the other crap I've got in here. Okay, well I fixed everything. Only one thing broke after complaining last time that it was more than 1 in 10. That was definitely more my... Look, I clicked on the engine. Why does it put me all down the rear end of the bloody car? Right, so... Hey, fixed the clutch plate. Oh, didn't fix the clutch pressure plate though. Right. Still. There we go. And release bearing, didn't fix that either. Didn't need to fix that. Okay, and now, finally, we're almost finished. Engine bay, of course. God, there's too zoomed in, so everything's ridiculously large, but you can't see it because it's so far away it's bloody minute. I don't know if they've adjusted the way the view moves recently. So there was an update to this before I started playing earlier on today, but it wasn't obvious what it was because the latest update link just took you to the previous update, so let me tell you anything. Who knows? It's quite a major because it's the main way that you interact with the game, but I guess what can you do? Alright, so starter motor, exhaust manifold, something to do with origami, arrogantami. You fold lots of really annoying people into a fighting force. Right, okay, possibly that's everything. It's all ticked. Let's do the old polish the hood and send it on its way job. Hey, that worked. Well, that was back to an ordinary job despite doing it poorly and not even noticing the gearbox issues. So thank you for watching. Come back next time and we will do something remarkably similar, i.e. some sort of car mechanic simulation shenanigans. If you want to see more of that, come back and watch more of that. There, advice to live by. And the witter ends.